Thank you for watching the Shakama Live Show with your host, Shakama. So, today I went and checked out a space that I could call sort of a center for my revitalization project. And so I determined that what I need to do is formulate a 501(c)(3) for just the meeting part of the business. That is my urban redevelopment or urban. Let's take up urban. The guy at the center kept saying urban. I didn't know what he meant. I'm assuming he meant black, but he kept saying urban. So now I have urban on the brain. Black. So it'll be a black only corporation, nonprofit corporation, and we will be basically a think tank. That is, we will have meetings to determine what would be the best way to bring about the redevelopment of the black community. I'm going to present to you shortly here a documentary about the black family in the 1940s. And I'm going to show you how the black family was and how the black community was before this entire civil rights retardedness. The civil rights, we thought we needed civil rights to get something that we did not want. Interesting side point. When the suffragists, that is the women who were trying to get the woman vote, women the ability to vote, they did not meet with opposition from men. And I keep telling people this. The white women who were trying to get the ability for women to vote did not meet opposition with men. They met opposition from the anti-suffragist movement group. That is, women who were against the women's quote-unquote right to vote. They felt that they did not need to vote, that voting was a terrible thing and that it is something that women need not be involved with. You all have been trained to think that voting is some sort of right and it's some sort of duty and blah, 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 blah. And all that really has happened is create this entire body where people have now taken control over you, and now they have numbers of people that they can convince of anything. I'm sorry to say, that's the same exact instance with the whole civil rights movement with black people. And at the end of it, when we were getting amendments and laws and legislation, everybody came in and had their hands out. Women, Jews, Asians, Latinos, lesbians, homosexuals. Yes, even back then. So what was supposedly a movement for black people turned out not to be a movement for black people. So people said, you don't need a black only community. Well, Jews have a Jew only community, right? Not only that, but I had a Jewish friend and he loved me so much that he took me and took me with his family to synagogue one day. And we're talking about, we're 20 something years old when I first started living here in Vegas. He loved me so much that he took me to the synagogue with him. And the synagogue said, no, he can't come in. He can't come into the Holy of Holies, which I don't know. I'm not a super Jew or anything, but I don't think the interior of the synagogue is the Holy of Holies. I believe the Holy of Holies is where the actual rabbi would confer with God. If I'm reading that correctly, if my historical documentation is correct about Jews. So he went into the synagogue and his parents stood outside with me. I mean, it was like 15 minutes. I didn't even see the big deal. I didn't particularly want to go, but he was so set on bringing me. And the parents sat out in the parking lot with me. Now, that's nice, right? How many people would do that? But I guess they felt so embarrassed that they thought, well, let's not have this man, this young man, totally hate us and hate our family. He later died, and I refused to attend any of the services because I just couldn't handle it. Anyway, that's my Jewish story, right? Or my personal Jewish story, meaning I had some sort of dealings personally. Now, all of this is coming about really quickly here. When I say, it's funny when I say I'm going to organize something and I go to do it. I mean, it just starts coming. So we have the Urban League, who also is part funding with the county, Clark County here in Nevada, to fund at the center. So it's a community center. And so I went to check out how much room rental costs, conference room costs, and all that sort of stuff. And then they're going to have this person call me, that person call me, and I gave my email out. And so they're going to try and contact more Black professionals. I hope they're Black. I hope I made it apparent that I'm talking about Black and I'm not talking about Chicano or anything like that. The particular guy I spoke with was, of course, Mexican, but he completely understood. He says, well, you shouldn't start your organization from scratch. You can just join the Urban League. And I said, well, you know what? That's a fantastic sentiment, except for the fact that I'm conservative. And I have seen others like me try actual personalities, TV personalities with some clout, with some reputation, try and go to an Urban League, NAACP convention sort of thing, and have been kicked out. So I'm not going to even attempt that, but I will listen if some Black professionals contact me. I'll be more than happy to welcome them to my meeting. Right? So this is just an announcement of the creating of the think tank. If you are in Las Vegas, North Las Vegas, Henderson, Pahrump, contact me via Facebook. All of that information is in the information box below. So, and I need money to even start this nonprofit think tank, right? It's a corporate, I keep saying nonprofit. Well, there's no profit to be made. It's just a think tank so that we can actually think about. And then he also tried to hook me up with the offices for the county and the city and the region or whatever. So things are coming about pretty fast. I have a Patreon account, and I'll start putting that information in the information box. I'll be sure to include that in the information box. And you can donate all the way down to $1, all the way up to however much you want. You can do thousands of dollars if you want. And the way it works, it's per video, but you can stipulate a maximum per month. So if you want to donate $1 each month and have it only be $1, you can go to my Patreon account, put the per video as $1 and put the maximum as $1. So there you go. There you have it. You could be as cheap as hell as you want to. But all of it's going to go to my corporation. It's not going to go to me. I'm not going to be getting massages from Thai women or whatever. It's all towards me. Now, speaking of which, speaking of the Patreon account, if you saw my video where I did a tour of the villa and people were complaining that I need a stabilizer for my camera, I need a better camera, period. I noticed that if I try and actually do stuff with this particular camera, it's not built for that. It's built for this really simple, well-lit stuff. I have a 500-watt light bulb over here. I have a 100-watt light bulb right here. I'm just in this room. It's not my regular studio section with the 10 lights or whatever. I'm just doing this because I just needed someplace quiet to do this. So I need camera, microphones, outdoor camera, recorders, lights. So if you could donate to my Patreon account, I'll provide the information below. That will help all of this out. And people say, people are emailing me and Facebooking me and Twittering me to do this. You could do this. I want you to do this. You should do this. You should do this. Blah, blah, blah. Me, you. That's what they're saying to me, right? Not saying I want to help, I want to help, I want to help. They're saying, you should do this, you should do this, you should do this. Okay, I'm putting my money where my mouth is. I'm getting this all organized. I'm the one forming all the corporations and all the paperwork for this. I know how to do this, so put my knowledge to good use. You all can help me. On my Patreon account, you can see exactly what what I need as far as equipment is going. And eventually I will be doing national interviews, just like Dabu 7. Dabu 7 is 6 times richer than me, and he probably makes probably 20 times more money, so he can go to Ferguson when he wants to. He has a camera that's good enough to do interviews on the sidewalk in Ferguson. He can go to DC and look and see the bike and trucker rallies against Obama. He can do that. I can't do that. Or I can't do that and do anything for the rest of the year, if you get my drift. But I mean, if you want to support me, you can, especially if you're black. It's in your best interest to support me. If you're black, it's in your best interest. This is only going to help you. And on the Patreon account, you can leave me messages. When you donate, you can leave me messages and requests and all sorts of things. I mean, so everything. And I'm going to make another video specifically about what equipment I need and so forth and so on. All right. So it's all coming together quite quickly. Donating helps. Of course, it's patreon.com/Shikama. So that helps. Thank you for watching the Shikama Live Show.